Koji was, which means that it will be difficult to get her alone. I could ask Saya for her opinion, but even I have some pride. I want to show her that I'm a man who can take care of business. I'd be a bit late for that. Unfortunately, I'm unable to come up with anything before I get home. I suppose I should just be proud of having dealt with Koji, the immediate threat. The search of Dr. Ogai's cabin was a bust, with no trace of his having been there. But I see no reason to be frustrated. Saya isn't all that concerned about the doctor's whereabouts, so looking for him is just something to satisfy my own curiosity. It's morning, half a day later than I normally get home, and the sound of Saya running down the stairs tells me just how impatient she was for my return. It makes me feel warm inside. Saya responds to my confusion with a mischievous smile. I don't realize how hungry I am until Saya mentions it. I walked all night without having a bite to eat, and now my stomach's emptiness becomes painfully clear. However, I can't sit down to a leisurely meal while covered in dirt and sweat of the road. Isn't it like flesh to him? Does water look like flesh to him?
Apa nih?
When he takes a shower?
Apa nih?
Or bath, I guess. Is he like sitting? Is he like in a pool of blood? Is that what it like looks like to him? Okay, more sensor. While soaking in the bath together, I tell Saya about my. The heat of the bath is soothing, as is the sensation of Saya leaning against my chest as she massages the fatigue out of my stiff leg muscles. Okay. I'm home. Contentment fails me. I don't even need to sleep to relieve my exhaustion. Just like the living room and the bedroom, the bathroom is painted the colors Saya and I find pleasing. We've left the entrance and hallway untouched just in case someone should see inside. So these three rooms are the only places I can relax in my own home. Oh yeah, Saya laughs and sticks her tongue out bashfully. Saya glances at me over her shoulder like she knows something I don't. I've got ways you could never dream of. It's as good as done. Really? Saya's voice is full of anticipation. She rises from the bath, her naked body glistening through the steam. I have no idea what's going on, but I do as Saya says and close my eyes. He takes my hand and leads me up the stairs. I wonder what she has in store for me. The sound of crying. As I wonder what she has in store for me, the sound of crying reaches my ears. I stiffen. Little by little, the crying grows louder. I can hear the misery and pain in every choked sob. At first, I'm amazed that Saya would let someone in her house after what happened 2 days ago, but then I realize that something is strange. Isn't Saya the only one whose voice can carry such clear emotion to me? Although my eyes are still closed when Saya leads me into the bedroom, My ears tell me that there is someone only a few feet away, and yet I smell none of the human body odor that normally returns my stomach. I open my eyes and am struck dumb by what I see. So, she turned Yo into a flesh monster, which makes her look normal to Fuminori. Am I right? Tsukaba Yo is curled up on the floor with not a scrap of clothing to cover her shivering body. I'm not sure if I actually need to censor this. No, I do. No, I do. Okay. When I first lay upon her naked flesh, I am entranced by the sensuality of her generous proportions, far more mature than I would have expected from her usual pure and innocent appearance. Wait, forget about that. Why is she in my bedroom naked? Moreover, why is she? Well, how does she look to you? She's beautiful, but why can't I? It doesn't make any sense. This is the Tsukaba Yo I remember, not the putrid creature whose attentions I found so unbearable after the accident. My senses recognize her as a human that she is. The girl loves you, you know? I do know, but I never told Saya. How did she find out? So I decided to change her body into one that you can love back. Saya pauses to gauge my reaction, then continues with a satisfied nod. I made her like me. What? How? I still don't understand why Saya chose Yo, but the last statement is even more baffling. She changed Yo? Don't you remember what I said the other day? I can mold bodies of other living things. Yes, I remember. She claimed to have done something to Suzumi's brain. I didn't doubt her sincerity then, but I suppose that some part of me thought she was exaggerating. I hadn't seen her handiwork firsthand, but now... It was a big change this time, not like the little tweak I made to the man next door. But this is how my abilities are really meant to be used. This was my first time doing it, though. Is this really Yo? Yo finally notices my presence and turns her head to face me. I see a faint glimmer of recognition in her glassy, unfocused eyes. Her features are exactly as I remember them. Incredible. This is far beyond cosmetic surgery. Once a twisted creature unrecognizable as a human, Yo is now the very image of human femininity. There is no similarity between what she was and what she is, which can only mean that she has become something utterly inhuman. According to Saya, she has become what Saya is. No one on this planet... Okay, no, you can... You couldn't have learned it from Dr. Ogai. No teacher on Earth could impart such knowledge or skill.
Wow.
Come?
Wow.
Saya blushes.
Wow.
Oh, okay. What is she really? I've accepted that she isn't human, but there's more to her than that. Saya is something that far transcends my species. When Saya approaches, Yo trembles and tries to crawl away, but is only able to flail her arms and legs wildly. It's like she doesn't know how to move her own body. And the only sounds coming out of her mouth are frightened moans.
Wow.
Yo looks up at me pleadingly as though begging me to save her. She is no longer able to ask me for help though, or even call my name. Well, Saya asked, her eyes shining with anticipation. Do you like her? I am at a loss for how to respond. What do you mean, like her? You said you wanted family and friends, didn't you? That's why I got you this present.
That's
Your innocent explanation only confuses me further. Present? Come on, she's not a dog. There's not much difference.
Oh.
Her head is totally empty.
Sekarang pas dia
I'm happy that
kelihatan
Saya wants to
seperti
please
manusia,
me, but she could
terus
use a
sekarang
little more common sense.
memberi dia.
It's not that. Holding a person captive is probably a lot harder than you think. Don't worry about it. Look, I have her chained up. The only
Kadang
thing
lu
preventing
care.
Yo from being totally naked is
Kadang lu peduli.
the leather
Karena dia
collar
bukan
around her
mas
neck.
lagi.
I have no idea where Saya got it from, but it's the kind of dog collar that would be sold at any pet store. The chrome chain is
Kenapa sekarang lu
fastened to one of
peduli?
the bedposts.
Dia bilang kayak, oh, she's
Yo
not a
tries
dog.
to get away again, but
Apa
Saya
itu lebih
sends her
baik daripada
sprawling with a
monster?
tug of the chain. Yo tumbles to the
This
floor,
is
squealing in
some
pain.
fucked up
Her
porn, man.
actions are those of an unintelligent animal, just as Saya said. I was racking my brain for a plan to kill Yo, but now my problem has been solved in a way I never could have imagined.
Apa ya?
If a normal person looks upon her now, they'll probably see no trace of the old Yo. And if she has no memories and can't even speak, then it's perfect.
Oh,
Saya
yeah.
has killed Yo without taking her life. Though there's still the problem of what she means by giving Yo to me. That's not it. The last thing I want is to reject this symbol of Saya's affection. But how can I explain to
Lu.
Saya why I'm trying not to look at the naked woman writhing on the floor?
Aduh,
It's
ini
not
fucked up
that.
banget anjing.
Yo
Aduh,
is the
aduh.
first human figure besides Saya that I've seen in 3 months since the accident, and she's a woman. A woman positively glowing with a
Apakah
voluptuous feminine beauty.
saya tidak
Of course
punya
I'm happy, but I also can't
konsep
ignore the voice of reason that's telling me
selingkuh itu dia
not
nggak
to.
tahu ya? Tapi
I'm happy, really, but if I show how pleased I am, I'm worried that
ini
you'll...
jealous.
Saya looks puzzled, as though she has absolutely no idea what I'm getting at.
Wait,
I mean, look, she's still a girl, right? Don't you balk at the thought of me living with another girl?
why?
After considering this briefly, Saya seems to understand what I'm trying to say. Maybe I am worrying too much, although I'm pretty sure that I'm just showing consideration that any man who's sworn his love to a woman would show. Maybe Saya doesn't understand that a man faced with a woman's naked body can't help but react regardless of his feelings. I mean, I don't know about that, man.
Nah, she's into cuckoldry, bro.
I struggle to find the right words to express my true feelings.
She's a cuck, man. The fuck.
Oh man, finally! A non-child! With each
Okay.
word that I could squeeze from my lips, Saya's grin grows wider and wider, until she finally starts shaking with laughter.
Bro, she want a threesome, bro.
Saya answers me with a smile
No way.
whose like I have never seen. What? It is calm, so terribly calm, and there is something bewitching about the soft set of her lips that sets it apart from her usual bright, childish expression. I don't think you typically do sex stuff with your pets, Saya. I'm just saying. I finally know why Saya chose Yo, for the venom in her voice and smile does not escape me. Although she can no longer answer if I ask, Yo would surely have chosen death over this fate. And that is the very reason Saya visited it upon her.
This is
How
worse
wicked
than
and
death.
terrible Saya is. Perhaps others would fear and loathe her. However, I find her malevolence irresistibly charming. The horrifying cruelty of what she has done to Yo is so very human. Though her shape may be different, her soul is the same as ours. When I look upon Yo's wretched form, I see intensity and passion. I see the intensity and passion of Saya's love for me. For the flames that have consumed Yo are fueled by that very love. I find myself enthusiastically accepting Saya's present. Grinning happily, Saya grabs the chain and pulls Yo to
Lu
her
kalau mikir
feet.
itu gini loh.
As Yo looks up at me with teary,
Langsung
bleeding
bunuh
eyes,
aja
I
gitu,
approach
Finimori.
and let my gaze roam freely over her lush body and ripe
Ya
breath.
udah. Lu kalau bilang itu lu
I
kayak
run my
hipokrit
fingers to her
anjing.
hair, finding it as smooth as Saya's.
What?
Drawing the feel,
Kalau lu
I
pikir
continue to
ini
caress
terlalu
Yo's
kejam
head.
ya dibunuh aja.
Her fearful expression
dia
softens a
paksa?
little. Perhaps she remembers me in some part of her mind and believes even now that I will be kind to her. How
Apa ya?
foolish.
Apakah yang menginginkan ini?
Skipping through this. I'll point out if there's anything important.
Betul.
Can't get this feeling from Saya's tight, slender body, and besides, I would never think of treating her delicate frame so harshly. Yo, however. Which do you prefer, a soft, curvy body like hers or one like mine? As far as bodies go, probably this one. Makes me a little jealous, Saya complains, pouting adorably. You're the one who said you didn't mind. Come, join in. Yeah, let me play with her. The tears in Yo's eyes and the side of her breasts, changing shape under Saya's hands, cause a new sadistic desire to well up within me. Okay, I probably cut some of that out if I remember to. Instead of just censoring it, because I wasn't even reading a lot of it. I don't think reading a lot of it out loud. I don't think there was really anything of value there, other than what I said. Again, mostly another pointless sort of sex scene. Like, I mean, I understand the point of it being in the story, but there's no reason for them to really get that detailed with it, unless it's specifically for you to get off to, and honestly, it's kind of freaking creepy and weird. Later, as I lie on my bed, drained of energy, I consider what my life will be like from now on. Saya is resting in my arms. Yo is curled up on the floor. Yesterday, I could not have imagined that the three of us would be a family. A new home, a new food, a new family, all granted to me by Saya. She has selflessly led me from the brink of death to find new joy amid despair. And I too have changed. I have killed 2 people with my own hands and made a third my mindless slave. Yet despite all that I have done, I am still able to sleep peacefully. Without doubt, I am no longer the Sakisaka Fuminori I once was. How far will Saya take me? What will I become? Oh man, where was I? How far will Saya take me? What will I become? I feel somewhat unsure, though not discouraged, about the unknown world into which we are heading. And so, while playing with Saya's hair, I ask. I don't expect an answer. If Saya is asleep or doesn't want to respond, I won't mind. Saya lifts her head, however, and draws my gaze into the deep pools of her eyes. God, they love this CG. They love showing this CG and giving me more work to edit, don't they? She thinks for a while, searching for the right words, then says simply, "The wind carries those fluffy seeds far, far away from where they were born. What if one of them ends up in a desert where not even a single blade of grass is growing? If you can imagine how that lone seed will feel, then you might be able to understand me." As I consider Saya's answer, she continues. Born. Edit dumps her head. I don't expect an answer. More work to. It says, what if one of them ends up in a desert where not even a single blade of grass is growing? If you can imagine how that lone seed will feel, then you might be able to understand me. As I consider Saya's answer, she continues her story. Saya smiles softly and caresses my cheek. The loving touch of her slender fingers fills me with peace and joy. I pull her into my chest, nodding silently. Basking in the soft warmth of our love for each other, we sink into the oblivion of sleep. So basically, Fuminori here is going to be responsible for the spreading of the horrible meat creatures. Because he can't keep his dick in his pants. He has been buried alive. His world is the silence and cold of the grave. Ever since his voice gave out and lost strength to scream, no coherent thought has passed through Koji's mind. Why are we even coming back to him, honestly? Perhaps this is his brain's way of protecting him from despair. I didn't expect we'd ever be back here. Instead, he dreams. Images flash before his eyes. Random, unconnected scenes from his 20 years of life. Not all are happy times. There are sad, painful memories as well. But even these are pleasantly warm compared to the death that is now encroaching upon him. He dreams of mountains. His older brother once took him hunting for insects when he was a child. They sealed their caught butterflies in a plastic bag, only to later find themselves holding a bag of tiny corpses. He dreams of his lover. They met at a mixer, where he'd been the only one to realize that she couldn't hold her liquor. After she'd had too much to drink, he looked after her while she vomited in the back alley. They toasted each other with canned juice, and then he dreams that he is diving into a black sea. When he reaches the bottom, he looks up and sees the moon shining through the surface of the water. As he gazes up at the circle of light, entranced by its roundness and brilliance, the distant rumbling of an engine reaches his ears. It's actually a pretty cool bit of writing when you pair it with the visual here. Because obviously this is the well. That's the opening of the well. But it also does look like this, especially when you put this filter over it. So I just find that interesting. I think that's a good bit of writing. Something still conscious within him tells him that this dream is wrong. Have I ever gone diving at night before? The dots begin to connect in his mind, forming a barrier to separate his dreams from reality. That isn't what this whole thing is. What is bothering him? Of course, the sound. The engine noise gradually fades to a low idling, then abruptly gives way to silence, followed by the sound of a door opening and closing. Is this the doctor? This isn't a dream. Those sounds are real. Understanding comes like a sudden blow. This isn't the bottom of the sea, and that circle of light isn't the moon. It's the mouth of the well. The sun has already risen, and someone is right outside with the car. The last piece falls into place, and he becomes Tono Koji once more. Nevertheless, he continues, his only desire is to be heard lest he die forgotten at the bottom of this well. Koji's wait is not long, but even a minute feels like an eternity on the edge of despair. Soon, the circle of light above him is partially eclipsed by the silhouette of a person staring down into the well.
Oh yeah.
A woman's voice. Koji has heard it somewhere before, but for some reason he cannot remember to whom it belongs. The silhouette vanishes, restoring the light to a perfect circle. Fear of being left alone again threatens to send Koji into a panic, but his reason has recovered enough to resist. She said she's going to get me out. I haven't been abandoned. While waiting, he gingerly tests his body, which he had forgotten all about until now. His joints ache, and his fingers and toes are numb, but though exhausted, he's still in one piece. After some time, the silhouette reappears at the top of the well. Koji lacks the confidence to attempt such a feat. His frozen fingers can barely move. After a brief pause, the owner of the voice tosses a knotted climbing rope into the well. He grabs the rope as soon as it reaches him. The rough threads bite into his palm, and relief nearly overwhelms him at the sensation. This is really happening. He's really safe. Now that he's free from despair, questions leap into the forefront of his mind. First among them, who is his savior? The rope shakes as the woman carefully climbs down, the beam from the floodlight slung over her shoulder, pushing back the shadow cast by her body. Soon she is standing in the same mud as Koji, and he finds himself face to face with... Yeah. Koji indeed had not imagined that his savior would turn out to be Dr. Tanbo Ryoko. I mean, why not? You're the one who sent the voicemail. Of course, it took him a moment to recognize her. Instead of a white gown and tight skirt, she is wearing a heavy leather coat, denim jeans, and boots with no heel. She must have expected to hike through the mountains. Her light is blocky all-purpose type featuring side-mounted fluorescent runners, in addition to the main floodlight. Survival gear and professional grade by the looks of it. She pulls a flask out of her pocket and hands it to him. She walks around with a flask? ? Maybe Koji's just old-fashioned, but it doesn't seem appropriate for a young woman and a doctor at that.
Shut the fuck up, boy.
Nevertheless, he unscrews the cap and takes a swig, and struggles to keep from coughing as the potent liquid sears his tongue.
Oh shit. She's so hot, man. Spiritus vodka.
And coughing as the potent liquid sears his tongue.
Oh, para lidahnya frostbite kali, kedinginan.
Of course you would describe it like that. Her tone is straightforward and quite serious. Koji can only gape at the doctor, the dark smile on her face doing a little to ease his confusion. Is this really Dr. Tanbo? There's no trace of the bookish, mild-mannered woman Koji had met at the hospital. Her expression is now set in a hard mask and her eyes are sharp and wary. In the darkness at the bottom of the well, it is possible, however unlikely, that the change in her features is due to the ominous shadows cast by her lamp. It's not so easy, however, to explain the change in her demeanor. Exactly. Koji still doesn't understand why she acted so quickly, but it's a different part of what she had said that seizes his attention. And why would you exactly? That's right, he almost died at the hands of the man he thought was his best friend. Anger and frustration
Jadi
well
cuma
up
kill
inside
satu
him.
lu.
He
Siapa
can't forgive
Funimori?
Fuminori's betrayal, nor
Skill
can he
issue,
forgive
noob,
himself
and-
for his foolishness. Now he has no idea if Tsukuba is safe. Fuminori tried to kill Koji. What could he have done the same to her? Okay, but are we gonna gloss over the fact that she's like, oh yeah, you're probably gonna die, without giving any knowledge or reason to that?
Oh, maksudnya nggak diingat, maksudnya nggak di itu apa?
I mean, obviously she has an
Peringati
idea of
atau-
Fuminori's condition, but
Dihati-hatikan apa namanya? Warning. Di pemberitahuan nggak dikasih tahu.
actually, it's been actually a few hours since we got to the part where he sent the voicemail. Maybe he did make it pretty obvious that it was a possibility. I remember. I actually had to pause in the middle of this, and I just didn't tell you guys. Still engrossed in her examination.
Coklat. Dia suka masuk sini sih. Ya kan berantakan seneng dia.
Of the walls, Ryoko laughed scornfully at the idea. Scornfully at the idea. Walls, Ryoko laughed scornfully at the idea. In the light of the lamp, Koji sees that some of the stones are a different shade than the rest of the wall. This must be what Ryoko was looking for. Ryoko's gaze moves slowly along the wall, finally coming to a rest on the gap between two of the stones. The hole is just wide enough for an adult to reach into open-handed. She wastes no time thrusting her hand into the opening. As she feels around for a few seconds, Koji hears the thunk of something solid coming together behind the wall. So this is why she went in herself. I was actually wondering about that. Yoko pulls her hand out and gives the different colored stones a gentle push. With a rumble of weight shifting, the stones slide smoothly into the wall. I don't know why I had trouble reading that.
No.
Koji wants answers, but Yoko ignores him and peers into the opening. In the beam of her floodlight, Koji can see a concrete tunnel leading into the mountain.
Gue harus tinggal gini, tapi ya nggak bisa. Gue kedinginan anjir.
Considering his options, Koji looked from the tunnel to the rope and back again. He's practically sweating now thanks to the 190 proof vodka he just drank. But although feeling has returned to his fingers, he still doesn't have the strength to climb.
Ikut aja Koji. Minta dipeluk gitu lah.
That said, the thought of being alone in the well makes him shiver. Ryoko steps into the tunnel without looking back, and Koji doesn't hesitate to follow.
Bacot. Wah, itu baru service.
Ryoko suddenly stops and stares at the floor.
Crysis so cool.
Ryoko suddenly stops and stares at the floor, and Koji looks over her shoulder. He sees a dust-covered rope lying coiled in the middle of the path. Ryoko picks up the rope, examines it, and hands it to Koji.
Circle apa nanti cuma lorong, cok. Mana circle-nya? Cut the circle open and put the whole rope in with you. That's way. Oh, maksudnya sumur. Iya, gue
loop one end of the circle around something topside, then use the rest to climb down the
orang
well.
ini kok berpikir hal sama dengan saya. Kamu siapa sih?
The whole rope in with you. That way there's nothing to show where you went.
Oh. Maksudnya biar tidak ke-trace, biar tidak ada jejaknya. Kalau yang datang itu si
My demo is just not describing it very well.
maksudnya
Yoko
tuh
shines your light down the
ada
tunnel,
orang yang pernah
revealing that
kesini.
it ends in a closed wooden door about
Tapi
10
karena ini
meters
hidden ya,
ahead.
hidden place. Nah itu maksudnya tuh tidak kelihatan, wah keikutan si bapak itu.
Oh, okay. As Ryoko speaks, she opens her coat and pulls out what she had hanging underneath it. At first, Koji thinks she is holding a steel pipe. Amazed that she would be carrying a weapon, Koji looks closer and is appalled when he realizes what it really is. A gun. Not one of those sleek handguns he'd seen in the movies, but a double-barreled shotgun. The stock and barrel must have been sawed down for easier concealment, enhancing its aura of brutal efficiency.
Apa sih?
Ryoko looks over her shoulder and gives Koji her most chilling smile yet. That's not a smile.
She's holding her cock. Cocker now, of course. That's not her cock. I know that's her belt. I know it's a strap, but so fucking hot, man. She's so fucking hot. Oke, jadi dulu dia cuma rakyat biasa lah, masyarakat. Oh, makanya dia harus.
Koji listens in silence, helpless to do anything but watch, as understanding moves farther and farther out of his grasp. There we go, that's a smile. Koji can only nod weakly in response. With a
Gua
light in
ikut
her
aja,
left hand
anjir.
and the shotgun in her right, Ryoko walks up to the door and takes a deep breath. Then she kicks the door open, putting her full weight into the bolt flow. This is an interesting image. And obviously this one looks like one of the crunchy photos rather than an illustration or a 3D model. So I'm actually interested in what kind of set had to be created to do this. Or maybe it's a little bit photoshopped. You got
Tulang rusuk.
books over here,
Tulang
a
rusuk.
hospital bed, and this giant metal ball.
Look at the
hanging in
ribs, bro.
wall,
That's the ribs.
and a Star of David.
Israel anjing.
With a disappointingly feeble sound, the door breaks off its hinges and falls into the room. Dust billows like white smoke in the beam of Ryoko's light. The room is large, at least 35 meters square. The tiled floor is set with drainage grates. There's no mistaking the operating table sitting in the middle of the room. Cabinets are full of enamelware and drugs line one side of the space, and against the opposite wall stand a writing desk and bookshelves. These things Koji recognizes. The mysterious objects cluttering the tables and shelves, however, such as the Star of David, are beyond his comprehension. Mirrors delicately engraved with complex patterns, grotesque statues and masks that must have been left by a race of savages. Wow, that's a rude thing to say about Jewish people. Tapestries woven in nauseating arrays of color,
Bener.
a crystal ball
Bener
the
itu.
size of an infant's
Yahudi
head.
anjing.
And it would fetch a hefty price at an antique store, if not for the one thing they all have in common. Every last piece is so loathsome and foul that Koji feels sick just looking at it. Geez, he's anti-Semitic. It's as though each was designed for a sole sinister purpose of immortalizing its creator's hatred of the world. Okay, dude.
Fuck Israel,
Right,
man.
okay.
Fuck Israel.
Wait, I'm gonna have to read that. I was a little bit too caught up on the joke.
Anti-Semitic tahi, anti-Semitic.
Crystal ball, tapestries, statues and mat. I mean, it doesn't. I don't know if it's that bad. Rare-looking books of the sort that he had found in Ogai's home are piled here and there, and on one shelf are stacked with some scrolls that look to be made of sheepskin or papyrus. Whatever it is, it's not paper. Finally, there are some indecipherable chalk patterns and symbols filling every available space in the walls. Even the two sliding blackboards are covered in strange, unreadable scribblings. Just looking at them is making Koji dizzy. So wait. So wait, this guy had
Please lah,
blackboards.
gedein suaranya anjing. Enggak sih, terima kasih udah main gue. I want to listen to her voice, not yours, bro. What the fuck?
He had blackboards to draw on, and then just drew on everything else.
Yeah.
Well, why did he even need the blackboards? Ryoko switches her light's fluorescent runners on and sets it on a nearby table where it can illuminate the whole room. She then holsters her shotgun, only to pull out an even more confusing set of tools: a digital camera and a can of spray paint. She gives the can in her left hand a good shake, switches the camera in her right hand on, and then steps up to the blackboard while looking at the camera's side-mounted screen. After recording one set of symbols, she covers it with a thick layer of paint, then moves on to the next.
Kenapa?
Now that she mentions it, Koji realizes that she's only looking at the screen of her camera, even then only in short glimpses, and never directly at any of the drawings. He understands what she's saying, but it still doesn't make any sense.
Shit. Ih, banyak tanya anjing. Jangan
Koji
banyak
begins
tanya
to fear that this
kontol.
doctor might be even crazier than Fuminori.
Uh,
Despite the burst
ngawur.
of energy he received from the vodka, Koji is still exhausted from his night in the well.
Jangan-jangan dokternya juga.
The fear is affecting his body, making him dizzy and nauseous. Soon, the walls are covered in black paint and the stale air is thick with the smell of
Ya, dokternya
turpentine.
juga ngelihat Mid.
Without stopping her examination of the papers on the writing wall, Yoko points nonchalantly to a Chinese-style screen standing in one corner of the room. What's a Chinese-style screen? He was there. He quote-unquote was there. Her clinical choice of tense
Jangan dia tuh salah
makes
satu
her meaning
yang kena
instantly obvious.
terinfeksi penglihatan daging ya. Tapi dia lebih pro gitu, ngepro.
The urge to see for himself is
Sensei.
irresistible. Koji
Ryoko
staggers
Sensei.
across the room to the screen, taking the utmost care not to look at the scaly octopus thing that is painted on it. Behind the screen is a large, easy chair. Although he's never met the man before, Koji is fairly certain that the person sitting on it is Ogai Masahiko. Ogai's corpse must have shrunk significantly while drying in the sealed chamber. The body is barely the size of a child's, with only the business suit hanging from the bones offering any hint of Ogai's former stature. His empty eye sockets and wide-open jaw are filled with darkness, the same darkness that surrounded Koji at the bottom of the well. Compared to those gaping voids, the tiny hole in Ogai's right temple is almost a mirror.
Udah mati ternyata.
The revolver that he presumably used to kill himself
Bundir.
is still clenched in his dangling right hand. It looks like a child's toy compared to Ryoko's shotgun. Ryoko must have noticed Ogai's corpse while she was spray painting the walls, and still she kept working without batting an eyelash. Impressive, though not exactly surprising after what he's been through. It's getting difficult to remember the last time he spoke to someone sane. Okay. So what was that about saying... That whole thing about how she wanted to kill him before, it didn't, at least from what they were describing, it didn't seem like it was that long ago. But if not for her, Koji reminds himself with a bitter smirk, he would have ended up joining this mummified corpse here. And no one would
Mending
have
ignorasi
ever
tanda tanya. Login
Koji's
deh,
vision
langsung
suddenly-
login kita, login. Langsung login kita sini, login ayo. Mana? Weh, kerja. Loh. A2 cakep banget ya itu. Ya Allah. Ayo. Itu kainnya apa itu? Ntar jam 2. Kok bisa muter? Cakep banget anjir. Dan kayaknya ini siapa anjir? Kayak ini replikan. Oh ini. Bro. Shakespeare near replikan. Die. Kayak ini my beloved. Anjir. Gothic banget. Nanti Automata tadi pagi sudah main Automata.
dims. Pushed himself
Sarap
too hard.
cuy. Sarapan monggo sarapan.
And the spiritus vodka couldn't help him anymore. He collapses to the floor, unable to hang on to his slipping consciousness. And the last thing he sees are Ogai Masahiko's gaping eye sockets staring at him. When he wakes, Koji finds himself lying on something dry and soft. A bed is a bed, he thinks to himself, even one that smells of mold and dust, and especially after sleeping in cold mud all night. There are no lights hanging from the ceiling, but the soft, warm light of a lamp that fills the room.
What?
Lamp fills the room.
Banget berarti
Simple
senseinya jadi.
furnishes, non-existent decor.
Gimana caranya ngangkat
Koji realizes that he's in Ogai's cabin in the bedroom that he had searched
sambil
before Fuminori
gendong
pushed her
orang
into the
pingsan?
well. Oh, look, nice little sandwich. Ryoko was sitting in a chair against the wall, her expression blank as she studies the pile of documents on the table in front of her. She must have brought them up from Ogai's underground lab.
Cakep banget anjir.
She turns a page, then takes a bite from the sandwich in her free hand.
Iya, terima kasih.
Koji couldn't imagine that a woman, even a
Tuh kan
woman
gue udah
like
bilang
Ryoko,
kuat banget dan.
climbed out of the well with him on her back.
Ya juga.
反対側は薄くモルタルを塗って隠してあったんだな。隠し部屋に機材を運び込んでからドアを塞いで、その後は井戸から出入りしていたんだろう。シュート。そこまでして隠さなきゃならないものが。昔はね、それにさっきまでも。
Having finished her sandwich, Ryoko picks up some unsorted papers with her free hand and waves them into the air.
世界中の研究者が誰もかも学会で演壇に登ってリサイタルをやりたがるわけじゃないのさ。自分一人が秘密に通じて、最後には自分のしたいもろとも秘密の墓穴にしまい込んで満足するような、そういう変態野郎もいるんだよ。
Koji hasn't the slightest idea what Ogai's secret might have been. From what Ryoko said in the tunnel, however, he can guess that Fuminori is involved somehow.
Yeah.
どうなっちまったんですか。地下の死体とFuminoriと一体どういう関係があるんです。先生は一体何を追いかけてるんです。今それを調べてるところだよ。私が崎坂君から聞いたところによると、彼は王外の親族から調査を頼まれているという話だった。ええ。そうか、一貫してるんだな。
Ryoko pulls several sheets of loose-leaf paper from a different file.
私は崎坂君が嘘をついているものとばかり思っていた。だが、もう一つの可能性を考えるべきだった。彼は王外の親族サヤという名前に心当たりは。サヤ？さて誰なのか何なのか、読めば読むほどわからなくなっていく。
She sighs bitterly, then returns her attention to the papers in her hand.
間違いなく言えるのは、そいつが王外の研究の核にあるものらしい。もし崎坂君がこのサヤと呼ばれるものとすでに深く関わっているのなら、彼はもう引き返せないところまで踏み込んでいるということになる。
The icy certainty in Ryoko's voice sends a chill down Koji's spine.
だとしたら、どうするつもりなんです、Fuminoriを。さっきも言ったよね。1年前の私も手元に銃を持ってればってどれだけ後悔したかし、もう二度と後悔するつもりはない。俺が警察に行けば済むことです。
Enggak.
Ryoko doesn't respond, as though she didn't even hear what Koji just said.
俺が訴えればあいつは犯罪。目撃者は、物証は、崎坂君が君を殺す動機は。なあ、トノ君。君は警察の仕事についてひどく勘違いしている。彼らの職分は正義を貫くことでも、市民の安全を守ることでもない。
Damn, ACAB?
不条理な物事について、きちんと条理に沿った体裁を整える。彼らの思考はいつだって、より理解しやすい方、より説明しやすい方に傾いていく。
That's so shitty.
それこそ、水が低い方へ低い方へと流れていくように。事実がどうあろうと彼らには興味ない。
I mean, actually, that's not what police are for. This is what courts are for. Police are for arresting people on suspicions.
Yeah.
Until that sort of truth can be reached.
そこまで決めつけることないでしょう。話してみなければわかりませんよ。
そう、わからない。
Shut the fuck up.
そこが問題だ。
She hasn't spared Koji a second glance since looking at him earlier. Even while talking, her attention is always focused on the papers in front of her.
君が錯乱した親友の手で井戸に落とされたと主張する。すると、警察はあと2つばかり真実の候補を用意するだろう。あるいはもっとシンプルに、事故で井戸に落ちた君が錯乱して親友を疑ってるとか。
Again, that's not the police's job, though. That's the court's job.
3案のどれかが捜査っていうレースで勝ちを競うわけだ。勝ち馬は誰にも
I'm pretty sure... I mean, I see what you're getting at, but I'm pretty sure if you accuse someone of murder to the police, they would arrest them. At least temporarily.
Yaudah.
I mean, I do see that point. I think she's just sort of misrepresenting what the police specifically do.
I think they mean, the story meant like she meant the police as a whole.
Koji
Like,
has no response. Can he really explain
they're
with
not
cold, clear
the
logic
judge.
what drove Fuminori to do what he did? How can he
But of
convince
course,
anyone
like,
else when he doesn't even
you have
understand
to
it himself?
I have to write to remain silence, you know. Like, shut the fuck up, man.
君がそういうランチ騒ぎに手こずっている隙に、先坂文則を追い詰めるチンペンで火の手があれば、彼は手遅れになる前にさっさと姿をくらますだろう。そうやって私が王外を取り逃がしたようにね。
A heavy silence falls upon them, with only the soft rustle of pages turning in Ryoko's hand to mark the passage of time.
あなたが警察を差し置いてまで処刑しようなんて思うほど、そこまで許しがたいことって何なんですか?
Oh my. Stop
王外って人はあの
asking
地下室で何をやってたんですか?
questions.
Once again, Ryoko ignores Koji's question. This time, however, Koji doesn't back down. His silent glare demands her attention as she pours through the documents before her. After some time, Ryoko rearranges the papers in her hands and sets them aside as though having come to some conclusion. She then turns her chair to face Koji for the first time since he awoke.
なあ、トノ君、君はここいら辺で降りた方がいい。ナスカ日光の温泉でゆっくり羽を伸ばして、何もかも忘れる気になってから東京に戻ってきなさい。もう忘れ、ナスカ日光の温泉でゆっくり羽をここいら辺で降りた方がいい。
Nah, I don't need to.
ナスカ日光の温泉でゆっくり羽を伸ばして何もかも忘れる気になってから東
Disuruh berendam
京に
anjing.
戻ってきなさい。
忘れろと。近江は俺の恋人でした。文則は俺の親友でした。それを忘れろと。
そうだ、忘れろ。これは提案じゃない。警告だ。今まではどうであれ。これからの君の人生にその二人は一切関わりを持たないだろう。
じゃあ筑波は彼女はどうなる？あの子は電話口で俺に
そりゃ何十時間前の話か。私が君を助けてから何時間経ったと思う？そうでなければ遅すぎるよ。彼女はとっくに死んでるだろう。
あんたは
Apaan
あの井戸で俺の死体を見つけてもあんたなんとも思わなかったんだろうな。
Bro, you shut the fuck up, man. You don't know what she went through. You don't know. You don't know.
そりゃ覚悟してたからね。まさか生きてるとは思わなかったよ。
It was futile to argue with this woman, Koji realizes. Her values are fundamentally different from his own. Nothing he can say will ever move her. Koji gets out of the bed and stands on shaky legs.
どのくらい俺は寝てたんです。
ざっと半日ばかり。消耗した後速やかに休息が取れるってのは羨ましいね。若いうちだけだよ。そういう無茶が効く。
Koji looks at his watch and sees that it's 4 in the morning, which means it was already early evening when Ryoko rescued him. He can't believe that he survived in that well for almost 2 days. Now that the gaps in his memory have been filled and his sense of time has returned, he realizes it's already Sunday morning. Ryoko's right, a lot of time has passed since he spoke to Yo on the phone. Koji grabbed a sports drink and 2 jelly packs from the bag of food that Ryoko brought, then heads for the door. His legs are still a little unsteady, but he can compensate for that with sheer willpower.
東京へ。着くばようはまだ間に合うかもしれない。彼女を助けに行きます。
人の話を聞かないやつだね。
聞く耳持たないのはお互い様でしょう。
Koji is expecting Ryoko to watch him go with that cold... No, excuse me. Koji is expecting Ryoko to watch him go with that cold, mocking smile of hers. Instead, however, she sighs heavily and rests her jaw in her hands.
もう少し待つ気はないか。こいつのどこかに王外が鞘と名付けたものが何だったのか答えが隠されてるはず。
So what this thing goes, I think should be...
つくばが死んでると決めてかかってるあんたなら当然そう思うでしょうね。
In truth, Koji is extremely uneasy about going it alone. At the same time, however, he knows that he mustn't depend on Ryoko. She's made it clear that she doesn't care about saving lives. Teaming up with her will only make it more difficult to salvage something, anything, out of this nightmare. I don't know if I'd say she doesn't care about saving lives, otherwise she wouldn't have done anything about you being down there. It seems like she's just kinda brutally realistic about this.
仮にも一度は殺されかかってるんだ。もう二度と殺されるな。
She picks something up from the table and tosses it to Koji. See, this is the thing. It's not that she doesn't care about saving lives, because she is actively trying to protect Koji here. Ooh, when Koji catches it, he feels its solid weight fill his hands.
This gun, a revolver.
Koji stares at the menacing shape of the cold metal. It's a revolver, it's the same one that was clenched in Ogai's skeletal fist. If Koji were his usual cautious self, he would not hesitate to reject the dangerous offering. The only time you truly need a gun is when all hope is lost. He'd prefer not to fight a losing war. And yet, without even knowing it, Koji has already set foot into Ryoko's world. Choosing instinct over reason, he accepts the small but deadly weapon and stuffs it into his pocket. I don't know if that's the safest thing to do with no safety. There is no question that Koji intends to save Yo and bring Fuminori to answer for his crimes. In the back of his mind, however, you can hear the footsteps of ruin approaching. I don't see this revolver being useful at all against Saya. When he steps out of the cabin's front door, Koji shivers as the wind tears into his skin. To his surprise, the outside air is even colder than the mud at the bottom of the well. Perhaps the cramped space mitigated the cold somewhat. If he had been exposed to this chill all night long, he would surely have frozen to death. Koji finds 2 cars parked in the yard. The smaller car next to his must be Ryoko's. When he sits behind the wheel of his car, he gets some relief from the feeling that he has taken the first step, however small, back into his world. He sips the sports drink, wetting his parched throat. Then, I need to wet my parched throat. Give me a sec.
Gila. Dan lu sempet-sempetnya bilang dia nggak peduli. Parah banget lu Koji.
Alright, then washes down some jelly. His stomach rebels at the sudden influx of food after 36 hours on empty, but he manages to force down the urge to vomit. Koji needs the energy, no matter how hard it is. He must regain enough stamina to overcome the challenges ahead. After forcing down as much food as he can handle, Koji leans back in his seat and takes a short break. When he begins to feel like himself again, he reaches into the back seat and pulls his spare cell phone out of his bag.
Oh, you got a spare.
He never expected that carrying 2 phones would be such a stroke of luck. So this is where it comes in. Okay. Remember when I pointed that out earlier? As he calls up Fuminori's number and prepares to hit send, Koji is overcome by a flood of emotion. Rage, despair, sorrow, pity. He is unable to decide what to feel towards his friend. Dude isn't your friend anymore. However, there is no time to dwell on the past. Every second lost diminishes the chance of saving Omi and Yo. Koji refuses to consider that it may already be too late. He steels himself and presses the button and holds the phone to his ear as it rings. The shrill sound seems to go on for longer than it has ever has in his life. Right now, Fuminori's phone must be displaying the name of the caller. Koji wonders what his reaction will be when he sees it. The call goes through. In the silence on the other end of the phone, Koji senses surprise, apprehension, and dark fury. Feeling slightly gratified, Koji delivers the first jab. As Koji is about to answer, an idea suddenly comes to him. Yeah, this is the moment, this is the time where you just fuck with him. Suddenly comes to him. Yeah, this is the moment, this is the time where you just fuck with him. Oh, he's just telling the truth. But apparently he has a plan. Pauses to let that sink in. Then with satisfaction filling his voice, he says, "What's your plan? You're just saying... You're just... Okay. Never mind. Because he's gonna lie about him being alive or something." Fuminori's gasp tells Koji the advantage is his. Keeping his voice bold, he decides to further exaggerate the truth. Obvious from Fuminori's tone that rage has overwhelmed his reason. Koji's bluff is working perfectly. His victory is tainted, however, as Fuminori's response to the name Saya brings a cry of anguish from the corner of his heart that still wants to believe his friend can be saved. He mustn't allow emotion to sway him. Koji suddenly switches topics, trying to keep Fuminori off balance. It all comes down to this.
Dia nggak tahu kalau Omi si Funimori. Dia nggak tahu Funimori. Nggak tahu.
Fuminori's voice trails off. He's obviously trying to decide how far Koji can be trusted and whether there's room for negotiation. Fuminori has been called out, and now it's time for him to show his hand.
Ya kan dia nggak tahu kan Omi. So nggak boleh kasih tahu sama saya.
Fuminori pauses, then gives a knowing chuckle that sends chills up Koji's spine.
Ya suruh di-revert lah, dibalikin.
Koji is relieved to learn Yo's location and that she is at least still alive. At the same time, however, he remembers that horrifying phone call. It is clear now that Fuminori played some part in Yo's suffering. Had she already fallen into his trap back then? What has happened to her, and how is she being treated? Koji feels despair settle over his soul. How much lower will this man go? Must Fuminori seek out and destroy every memory of the friendship they once shared?
解放しろ。
Sombong kau sa
彼女の安全
sombong.
を確認したら、お前らについての証拠を破棄してやる。
信用できるか。そっちが先に。
お前に選択の余地を与えるつもりはないよ。
Koji instinctively realizes that it's dangerous to push his bluff any further.
後でまた連絡する。
Realizes that it's dangerous to push his bluff any further.
後でまた連絡する。それまでによく考えておけ。
He hangs up without waiting for a response. Fuminori doesn't know that Koji is still at the cabin in Tochigi. Right now he's probably worrying about whether Koji will show up in 1 hour or 1 minute. Koji hopes he will be able to take advantage of Fuminori's confusion. 3 hours. That's how long it will take to race all the way back to Tokyo. Oh my god. Based on what was described earlier, he's gonna be speeding. His mind is clear, but his limbs still feel half asleep, like they're weighted down by lead.
Nggak dipijit dulu.
Although he knows he had... Wait.
Pijit
No.
dulu lah.
I'm pretty sure they said 3 hours before, too. Never mind. Although he knows he has to stay resolute, Koji still longs for the peace he had just a few days ago, when life or death struggles were the furthest thing from his mind.
Yeah.
Back then, he never could have imagined himself fighting to rescue a friend from the clutches of a madman. With each passing moment, he feels himself becoming less like the person he was. When all of this is over, will he be able to return to his old life? Or will this change continue until it has consumed him utterly? Time is against him. Every second that passes is wasted. Even so, he decides to allow himself just 5 minutes of weakness. For exactly 5 minutes, he leans against the steering wheel and cries. And when his tears have run dry and his heart is calm, Koji starts up his car and drives away. It's good to give yourself that time. I'm glad they acknowledged that in the story. Okay, and then we're back to this. I stare at the silent phone in my hand. There's anger, of course, but something cold and heavy holds my emotions in check. A sense of danger. To be honest, I'm surprised at how calm I am. Yo looks at me apprehensively, her head between my thighs. Okay. Just jerking him off the whole time. Perhaps... And you're telling me this didn't come... You're telling me our boy didn't hear this at all? Whatever his name was. I'm so bad with names. Koji. The remaining fragments of her memories seem to have joined together, and as she has regained some degree of speech. Upon realizing this last night, Saya began to teach her language once more. I assume she finds her pet's efforts amusing.
Masih jatuhnya.
Still gazing up at me, please. Okay.
Apa jatuhnya Stockholm Syndrome apa?
Administration.
Tapi apa
Threatened to
kayak
fill my
dia
head with a
gitu?
white flag of pleasure that would impede my thoughts and okay. First I consider making her stop. When I gaze into her puppy dog eyes, however, I begin to feel differently. Thanks to Saya, I have a family once again. For the first time, I am becoming aware of the responsibility that places on me. I am now the head of a new Sakisaka household, as well as its only male member. It is my duty to protect, comfort, and ensure the happiness of the women living under my roof.
Wow.
Should I even... I'm a little bit worried about getting demonetized even from this audio alone, so I'm just gonna mute it for a little bit. With that in mind, I know I mustn't show fear or confusion. That would only cause them distress.
Suzume. Aduh, gak ada suara. Suzume bla bla bla. Hai, kucing sama Ripe.
She off 2 days ago. It is clear that I made a grave error when I failed to finish Koji off 2 days ago. Right now, I need to set my frustration and anger aside. Why did I even say demonetized earlier? What the heck? I don't even make money from this. Why did I even say that? What the... Okay. the behind the scenes this time it is 2:18 a.m. But no, seriously, why did I say that? I guess I meant like community guidelines.
Yes.
It's time to leave. I have no way of knowing when Koji escaped from the well, or how much he has learned, or how many people he has had contact with since then. Now that it is impossible to know how far the problem has spread, merely disposing of Koji won't guarantee our safety. Do I really have to listen to this and look at this while the narration is going over something serious? When the enemy has poisoned your water supply, you can't take the risk that even one drop might remain. Your only choice is to stop drinking the water. Do we know who you're talking to? Leia returns from the kitchen, where she'd gone in search of a midnight snack. She's munching on her favorite, spare ribs. Purging myself of an uneasy...
Notification, come on, you should eat what? Eat what? Let's see. Celebratory Last Supper become Fram look up in the loony bin again at noon tomorrow. What? Ya udah sahabat. Loony bin emang. This is my fifth time by the way. I have my admission count on my brain. Usually it's just be 2 weeks or so. I won't have my phone by the week after that. If you want good behavior, they should give you an admission pass. But they let you be free for 2 to 4 hours a day, so I'll pop. This actually happens, bro. In one day, I can upset my previous one by my previous from 4 loony bin admission to 5. Feel so sick now. Mentally ill people exist? What? That actually happened? That's actually when the adults came to my room, the door was locked. Sore wachigawiyo, sore wachigawiyo. Usora. Sore wachigawiyo.
these nuts.
You know, I have to block on some serious video, so we want to remember why. You accept research that will favor cost. You will intend words that clean up degenerate behavior. As a library, the National Library of Medicine (NLM) provides access to scientific literature. Inclusion is in an NLM database does not imply endorsement of or agreement with the contents by NLM or the National Institute of Health. Doesn't say anywhere that is correct behavior, neither does it include the depiction of a minor. Childlike characters. This research, it's not. It's a commentary essentially. Assume characters same age as participants. He doesn't say it's pedophilic here. Yes. Happy call comment. What's this? Election. Let's go. Viral election. This cute. Cat lice. Guys, the need in my brain is serious. Stop if I go to need. 04 BPD need doesn't go to uni. I think I'll graduate next year, I guess. Why? Okay, man. Need to set it to Life just got little so welcome sugar. You're a dad? Mana bapaknya? Fuck you, can't be mad at my little baby. Okay, bud. We're your masturbator. Thanks for teaching. The fool. Tak kira jadi bawa beneran lo it's Timmy lo. Wow, fuck man. Bro, this fucking art block is crazy. Fag. Him, are you stupid? Arewa sayana utara sayana. Lost media, mayat etnis Tionghoa mengambang di kaki Ciliwung pasca peristiwa Mei 9. Kok tangannya gerak kan? Fucking funny. It's not illegal if I like moral compass. I have to follow it. Do you listen to Jacob? No. It gets so lonely here. I'll put it here. I think I bookmarked something. I forgot. Yeah, this one. How long is this game? Let's go. Can we to stream it? Okay, maybe viral horny reaction image. Shut the fuck. I need to clean up my room. Can I just approximately 1 to 1.5 hour playtime. 2 episodes can be funny. Cartoon blood and violence is a prequel to this game, but it also works as a standalone up-down Z space. Oh, what? What did I press, bruh? Retard gaming. Right. Let's just play. Wow. Encore. Let's see if it's short in the applause of the performance. Tickets are selling out like peanuts at Christmas and never having glimpse of new twist. Whoa. Oh huh? A prince? Did chandelier hit someone? Still believe in things like that? Should I not? There's a truth to every fairy tale. It's not like I can tell what to do, but if it will make it something. Don't you know? Prince is someone that's safe, a princess. Alicia, wake up! Submission to Queer Games Bundle 2024. What the hell was that? My dream was all jumbled up. Alicia. My boss is preoccupied at the moment. What can I help you with? I really should get up. Should I change my clothes first? Much better. What's this? Alcohol. Other buildings tower over the complex, blocking most of the sunlight. Guess what? Guess that's why they're so cheap. I bet you're betting everybody to buy your bed frame. You're convinced yourself this is more practical, I guess. You've moved here months ago, but you still haven't finished sorting your things out. My bad. You moved here once, yeah. How about this clothes? You're too busy to think about laundry now. Sit down. Alicia, what took you so long? Why did you wake me up? Is the spider loose again? No, it's something serious this time. Someone called for an exorcism. And the client, someone famous, which means we'll get paid well. Famous. Yeah, do you remember the theater broadcast that we watched last night? The one that got cut off for technical difficulties looks like a big mess. Yeah, the main character called us, you know, the blonde one. I don't know if I want to get involved with something like that. The theater type tends to get too dramatic for my taste. It might be more trouble than it's worth. Beeford. So I have bad news for you. You already accepted the job, didn't you? It's not like we can afford to be picky right now. Do you want to start Christmas in the red? I guess not. Did she say where she is? I'd like to get more details. Would you anything? Yep. She said we can just go find her in the theater itself. And I think there's more details about the incident on today's paper. You should give it a look. And you can talk to me if you want to, ask for more details or show me something. Thanks. My name is Alicia Wilkeshire, and I am an independent exorcist. This guy is Beeford. He was a past client's son, but through one reason or another he ends up working with me. I had my doubts when I first hired him, but he starts to get the hang of this assistant thing. Although he's still much better at cooking and doing chores. I guess he was serious when he told me his dream is to be a house husband. Bro, same man. Give me a independent shawty. Shawty like a melody in my head. I can keep out and sing like na 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 every day. So my iPhone stuck with play. Give me an independent mommy, bro. I'll keep the house clean. I'll cook. I'll massage you. I'll keep the kids. Educate the kids. That was a joke. I personally don't see the appeal. Why not, bro? So, am I a dude or a girl, or am I mispronouncing everything and I'll get cancelled? I wish. Never mind. Don't cancel me. I didn't do shit. I mean, it's clean. His favorite color is red, huh? Yo, that's a... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Semangat bang. Ini gue gedein aja kali. Thank you, ya. Malah, kemudian. Halo ya ngapain? Lagi ngapain ya? Ke gaming ya. Ya. Kamar lu gimana? I don't really need to use the bathroom. Oh, ini bukan kamar lu tuh. Turn off the light. How about packing or playing the is there the Xbox S or an Xbox One? When are you gonna clean all that up? I'll get to it eventually. That's awfully fake. You're never going to do it. I will, eventually. Is this a girl? How's this? This is a girl, right? A woman, right? No? Am I being racist? I should read the newspaper first. Where is it? Is it there? Mana? Oh, itu di lantai. Piles of B4 comics. I thought people read online these days. And I want to hear this from the person who still subscribe to physical newspaper. One of the book covers two people are sharing a warm embrace. Which one is a girl? Apa? Oke, kita mandi kucing aja. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do you have one with two girls? Of course I have the everything. Wah, dia memberi aku novel Yuri. Yuri manga. I don't have time, I guess. Baca sekarang dong. Newspapernya mana ini? Let's see. Terjadi repeats a century-long curse, a haunted theater, the target, extra staff wound. Lorem ipsum dor silit amet bat. Interested in this very star. Aduh, nanti aja lamanya. Saya menarik tapi mager aja. Maybe later. What in the message? Jeez. Booted this game up and shut itself off in the message. I was a fake fan and doesn't respect Lord. What's this?
World? I would explain why there's nothing to suggest that whoever lived here did anything more than eat and sleep. Koji suddenly remembers the doctor he met yesterday at T University. Maybe she knows something. He takes out his phone and calls up the number. There's barely a signal, I was about to say, but it manages to get through. Koji's hopes are soon dashed, however, when his call goes straight to
Puasa
Dr.
beduk
Tambo's
ngombe
voicemail.
es coklat. Puasa beduk ngombe es coklat. Me and the Walking Dead hand airplanes in the night sky, shooting star. I could really wish right now. Ini sih lagunya. Ini ya. We could pretend that B.O.B anjir. B.O.B. Itu deh. Pretend that airplanes in the night sky.
In the night sky like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now.
3 kali kan. What's this? DMMD, I'm about to fly.
Rain, I'll be your galaxy. I'm about to fly. Rain on me,
Wait, and
tsunami.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Keep wearing the same skirt over and over. I'm almost the same more. I have a brown on and love. Hah? Mangan. Sampun.
好き大好き結婚しようマイハニー好き大好き結婚しようマイハニー
Maksudnya. And in this one you're good. Who is this? Captain an airplane. Oh, Dead Alive ya? Ya sih. We could pretend that airplane, the night sky, like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Aku really use wish. This is sambal rendang sama orang Minang bergoyang. No, not saya, bro. I don't know what Akuba still exists. I need this one. Okay, I'll buy this, bro. I'll buy this. Mau dong. We could pretend that airplane, the night sky like shooting star. I could really wish right now, wish right now. We could pretend that airplane and the night sky like shooting star. I could really wish right now, wish right. Close in May 4th. Selama. Emang iya find it here. Kagak ada anjir. Aduh. Mau dong. Beli ya. Oh iya, mending kita stream mencari merch CF. No copyright network breakdown. Who cares, bro? I'm not gonna use this. We got Aya in the house. Angel with a shotgun. Yeah, this ain't Aya, my bad. We got Ultraman. Keren. Deki Idol. Art style timeline. Hey, ki wong endi anjir? Iki wong endi? Ki wong endi yo? Saya tidak tahu. Kurang tahu. Ya, bagus dalam artian saya bisa dibantai gitu. Di vote. Oh shit, this is so cool, man. Kita repost dulu dah. Phone strap. Maybe I'll need one of those. No? I like this Bimo. Oh, this is Fiona and Cake. Kita share ke bocah ini dulu. Ariel Bay. This is Ghibli stuff. Nah, ada yang punya thread kotak. Nah, di tweet mas. Nah. I'm done with Nissan. Yeah, I'm done, bro. I'm done. I've been there, been through it. I'm sad. I'm really sad. When Rex Lapis fears his wife. What the fuck is that? This has been hotel. Is there anything something good, man? my god. Stop with MiHoYo first bro. Jesus. Where's IB? Where's Hoseki no Kuni? Where? This is Persona. Oh, what's this? RHR. Am I? Let's see. This was flow. It's something I don't know. Flow keychain. Very interesting. Sujahi. Wait, let me like this one. This is cute, but I don't really play Project Sekai. This is a Switch Valorant. Oh, that's so cute, man. I want the Sentinel one. I'm a Sentinel main, bro. Initiator is home. Sofa is an ego. NG. Lado sibling sticker follow. Pergi man. Standy for 150k Clarissa Shouret ada. Sekedap banget nih. What's this? Felon, okay, something. Bro, where's Hoseki no Kuni merch, man? Come on, lock in, man. It's this. Maybe later, bro. I need to buang sampah. Aye and who? Sorry, I'm a fake Vocaloid fan. What the fit though? I love Haikane Meiko. Is this Meiko? Meiko, huh? When I copied this look, I was just 11. She got a gun. Though. Now this I can get behind. Mobu. Bro, I should have. Oh, is this? Yo, I need. Maybe I'll take this. Letnan Surumi Keicho. Art print Geike. Ogata, bro. No. I need this one, bro. I need this one. I need the fucking stickers, bro. Okay, let me like this and send it to my homie. And then what's this? Nah, I don't need food in the account, bro. Corn food are scam. It doesn't taste that good. It's expensive and the queue is as long as my. No. Whoa, relax, chill, come through. Gak ada. What's this? Mermaid Melody, card captor Sakura Tokyo Mew. I don't really know. My bad. Night Countable, content creators connect creates comic for 18Y. Hubungannya apa? What's this? fragile. No, this one is cool. It's subtle and looks good. Bon appetit. Ntar lagi melihat katalog. Oke lah. Later again. Wait, what's this? Kaira. Yang bagus mana yo. Okay, I'm done.